Welcome back to Strawberry Ink, the podcast where we dive deep into stories that mix sports, life, and the human experience. Today, we're talking about Travis Rudolph, a football wide receiver for the Florida State Seminole. He is an NFL player and a figure whose life took dramatic turns both on and off the field. Travis Deontay James Rudolph, that's his full name, was born on September 15th, 1995, a day after my brother's birthday. He attended Cardinal Newman High School in West Palm Beach, Florida, where as a senior, he caught 60 free passes, 1,237 yards, and 15 touchdowns. School records that marked him as one of the country's top wide receiver prospects. He was rated a 5-star recruit in Rivals.com, a sports website. Rudolph committed into the Florida State University of playing football. As a true freshman in 2014, he played in 13 games with 6 starts, totaling 38 receptions and 555 yards, as well as, most importantly, 4 touchdowns. His sophomore season in 2015 saw him lead the Seminoles in receptions, receiving yards, and more touchdowns. And in the Peach Bowl that year, he had a career high 201 receiving yards, setting a new bowl record for Florida State. After a strong junior season in 2016, Rudolph decided to forego his senior year and entered the NFL draft. In 2017, he signed with the New York Giants as an undrafted free agent, spending time on their practice squad, and was promoted to the active roster in October 2017. He recorded his NFL reception against the Seattle Seahawks, his first one. Later, he had brief stints with the Miami Dolphins, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers in the CFL, and most recently, the Orlando Guardians in the XFL, as well as the Edmonton Elks in the CFL. Off the field, Rudolph also made headlines for touching moments, like when he ate lunch with an autistic student at a middle school in 2019, showing a quiet, personal side of himself. Tragedy struck in early 2017 for Travis Rudolph. He was no longer seen on the news as a kind persona. He was seen as a cold-blooded killer, as in April of that year, just days before his NFL draft success. His father, Daryl Rudolph, was accidentally shot and killed while working in a West Palm Beach strip club. This personal loss hit him hard as he prepared to enter professional football. I plan to cover the story of this father soon. Travis began to isolate himself and appeared depressed over what had occurred to his dad. Family ties to the NFL ran deep. Rudolph is also the cousin of a former wide receiver and return specialist, Devin Hester, who is now retired. Hester is mostly known for playing for the Chicago Bears. On April 7th, 2021, a late night confrontation at Travis Rudolph's mom's home in Lake Park, Florida, escalated into tragedy. 4 people arrived to confront him regarding domestic violence allegations. During the dispute, Travis Rudolph armed himself with a AR-15 style pistol and fired 39 rounds. The aftermath was devastating. Sebastien Jean-Jacques, one of the 4, who was 22, died instantly at the scene. His body was identified at the Palm Beach County Coroner's Office for an idea. 2 were unharmed. They were cleared at the scene. But one of them, Tyler Robinson, survived and was rushed to the St. Mary's Medical Center of West Palm Beach for surgery. He was released days later. Travis Rudolph was arrested at the scene and taken directly to the Palm Beach County Main Detention Center without stopping at a local police station or the deputy's headquarters. He was booked on charges of first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder, all felonies. That occurred at dawn. It was still dark out. Then, hours later, when morning came and the courts opened, Travis appeared virtually for his first appearance via Zoom from the detention center before Palm Beach County Circuit Judge Jeffrey Gillen, who ordered that he remain there without bond for the time being. Travis at this point expressed his intent to hire his own attorney rather than relying on a public defender. The case was sent to a grand jury for review, and on April 29, 2021, this grand jury confirmed the charges. Prosecutor Francine Edwards unsealed the confirming indictment. Therefore, Rudolph secured an attorney, hiring a private lawyer, Mark Shiner. This lawyer submitted not guilty pleas to the court on his behalf, without needing to have a formal hearing. About a year later, in April 2022, a $160,000 bond was negotiated. At this point, Travis had spent one 4th of July, one Halloween, one Thanksgiving, one Christmas, as well as a New Year's season in jail. He even spent his birthday at that detention center, and it seemed pretty late to let him go. He had already been through enough, losing his dad, then being locked up for about a year inside such a facility. Therefore, at this point, once the bond was granted, Rudolph left the detention center and was allowed to await trial outside of a building full of bars. His defense team also filed a motion to dismiss all charges under Florida's Stand Your Ground law, claiming that people have the right to defend themselves when they feel threatened by somebody else confronting them. However, this matter was denied in March 2022. The victim, Sebastien Jean-Jacques, had a funeral on August 26, 2017, with services at the Christ Sanctified Church conducted by Orlando's Pax Via Funeral Home. He was cremated. The trial of Travis Rudolph began in May 2023 at the Palm Beach County Circuit Court. He maintained his innocence, claiming that he fired in self-defense. He claimed that these 4 men arrived at his home around midnight, intending to hurt or kill him. Evidence included text messages from Travis Rudolph's ex-girlfriend, suggesting that her brother and another man were encouraging a shooting at this house because of a dispute. The trial was presided over by Judge Jeffrey Gillen, who would refuse to immediately acquit Travis without the jury deciding a verdict. This jury included 12 members and 2 alternates. The alternates were excused before deliberations as they were no longer needed, and as the 12 main jurors looked confident enough to pick a verdict. After deliberating, this jury returned a verdict on June 7, 2023. Travis Rudolph was found not guilty on all charges. The right justice was served as these 4 men did him dirty, and he did not deserve prison time. Travis Rudolph's story is one of extraordinary talent, personal tragedy, and a legal battle that captivated national attention. It also shines light on the dangers of false claims, such as the domestic violence allegations Travis Rudolph faced. From record-setting football achievements to surviving personal losses to legal challenges, his life underscores the complexity behind public figures and the split-second decisions that can change lives forever. He now plays not in the NFL but in the XFL, a newer league, for the Orlando Guardians. That wraps up today's episode of Strawberry Ink. Thank you for listening, and remember, every story has layers. Don't forget to follow the show, like the episode, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the human side of certain actions. Have a good rest of your day and take care.